Hello all and welcome to another Cafe Entertainment video. It's Art here on day 4 of Booktube Anniversary Video Week. You'll have to pardon the door being slammed. I'm filming inside because the weather is not cooperating outside. It's on and off raining all day today. But this is the book review for The Sentence's Death by Anthony Horrowitz, the second book in the Daniel Hawthorne mystery series, Inspector Hawthorne mystery series. I love these books because Horowitz blends reality and fiction very well, blurs the lines so much that a lot of what he uses in real life is actually what happened, and at times it can be hard to not see this as a non-fiction book. It can be very hard to not see this as a non-fiction book, but it is a non-fiction book, or it is a fiction book. Pardon my... But I like the way he transposes himself and his family into the series. You'll have to pardon my computer for revving itself up, if you can hear that. But I can better control the sound of this machine in the indoors. That's why we're filming indoors. But back to the book. The book has twists and turns and a top-notch mystery that I didn't see coming, a veteran of mystery books, until the very end. So Anthony Horrowitz fooled me, which is very, very hard to do. It's a very, very solid book, very, very strong book. And I hope it's true what he said in The Sentence's Death, in the fact that there is a 3-book deal. This being book 2 means at least we get one more book. It has gotten me to start tonight the watch of Foyle's War, the series he created for ITV, that he mentions all throughout both The Word is Murder, the first book, and The Sentence's Death, this book. He has put himself in a Watson-esque role, because Hawthorne, being the Holmesian type standoffish character, more personable than Holmes to some, less personable to Horowitz himself, which I think is another harken back to What is Holmes. But Anthony Horowitz is not a dumb man, but he plays the unwitting sidekick very well in his own books. And I like how in these books you kind of get an inner working of the British publishing industry a little bit of a taste, not a lot to spoil industry secrets or anything like that, but you get that real world flavoring of what it might be like. Sorry, because of the weather I'm dealing with sinus drainage. What it might be like for an author in the British publishing world, let alone the entire world. There are just so many facets of this book that are amazing. So many facets of this book that blend fiction and fact, that make it a top-notch read. It is obviously one of my favorite books. I'm obviously going to continue on with the series, and it's obviously a great book in its own right. I do recommend reading The Word is Murder before The Sentence's Death, because they do reference the word is murder quite a bit in The Sentence is Death. Not so much as it be off-putting if you haven't read it, but if you had read it, you get an extra layer on the onion, an extra building block on the story that's not there if you haven't read the first book. I guess is the best way I can put it. It is definitely a read it, own it, love it, have to have it experience. Rory Kinnear, known to me by Bond fame of being Chief Bill Tanner, M's assistant and Bond's best friend in the Bond movies, does both the audiobooks. I have both the Kindle version and the audiobook version. I found it very, very amazing. Very, very well done. Like I said, it's a read it, own it, love it. Excuse me again. It's a read it, own it, love it on my scale. And it's a... Jeez. It is a 5-star GoodReads read. It is a I can't wait for book 3. Anthony Horrowitz is a premier mystery writer, a master in his class, which both Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle would be very proud of. There are references once again to Conan Doyle and to Sherlock Holmes in The Sentence is Death. And in this case, for me, The Sentence wasn't death, but it's top notch. It's a great read, a must read, a have to read if you call yourself a mystery fan. So without further ado, you know normally I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. But with this being my Booktube Anniversary Video Week celebration, you'll see another video tomorrow. I do not as of yet know what it will be, but you will see it. It's going to be good. Of course, you'll get the currently reading update at some point today, maybe before this, maybe after this. I don't know. We shall see. But without further ado, happy reading, everybody. Thanks for coming along on this journey with me. I'll see you again soon. And peace.